90-day slay. You want to be a part of it? Send me an email, send me a text, send me a message, reach out to me. jokesandthegym@gmail.com. Find me at jokesandthegym on TikTok, on Instagram, or Rudy Tyburcy, RUDYTYBURCZY. That's the Usher song.
Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Not jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. With Rudy Tyburcy.
What is up? Hello? Hi, my friends. This is Rudy Tyburcy. You're listening to another episode of Jokes and the Gym. Coming at you for 65 weeks strong, baby. I'm here. I'm having fun with it. And I'm sharing the 90-day challenge tenets a bit more. I want people to get on board. This is an opportunity these next 3 months. If you're trying to get in better shape, or if you're trying to make a focus in your life that you haven't done before, this is your chance. 90-day slay, y'all. Going through shit. I'm going through shit. Going through shit is no good reason not to do shit. Does that resonate with you? It does with me. I've always had this thing where I tend to go when I feel bad. And I used to view that as like a strength, and I'm not so sure that I do anymore. I don't. I've gotten a barrage of bad news recently. A barrage. This is Jokes and the Gym, and my world around both is getting seriously questioned in a lot of ways. I wonder, some of the news I've gotten recently makes me wonder if I've done any of it right at all. And to be honest, I'm not here trying to tell people I have all the answers. That's not it. I'm saying I want to support people on their journeys. I'm saying I want to be around when you're going through the shit too. I'm good at that. I can do that. And I'm excited to be able to do that with a variety of people, and to help you break through your challenges, break through your plateaus. And I use the gym, I use working out as my vessel for that, as my way to help people move forward. And I love it. I'm so thankful for it. But I've probably leaned on it. I've probably leaned on it too much. It's been a crutch in my life. I've gone to the gym when I felt good, when I felt bad, when I felt in between. And that's not a bad thing. But I think I've tied myself too closely to it. And I'm trying to, as I talked about with Mike Kaplan, hold things more lightly. And yet, I also need support, just like anybody else, just like you do, just like our families do, like our friends do, our communities do. And so, yeah, I'm excited about the 90-day challenge. I'm here for people. I'm starting the challenge myself. That's it. Like I said, I'm not even really working out this month. There's some health things I'm working on myself that I have to try to be able to heal in order to do this like I really want to, because it's I'm hitting some bumps in the road, to put it mildly. I have some health issues that are challenging, that are scary, that are real, that impact my ability to think, my ability to have energy, my ability to create and produce and flow. And that's a bummer, it's a real bummer. But I have to do what I can to learn more, to give myself the greatest opportunity to do more, to be able to continue forward, doing comedy, working out, providing support and service for others in ways that I love and that I feel is authentic to who I am and what I believe our community needs. I believe that being healthy is a public service. I honestly do. If we were all healthier, if the whole world strength trained, if everybody lifted weights 1 to 2 times a week, holy shit, the world would be a better place. If a doctor could prescribe a drug that did everything working out does for you, everybody would be on it. Every doctor would be prescribing that drug. So yeah. So that's me, a bunch of blah, 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 bleep. And you're probably here, Rudy, give me the basics. I want to hear more about the 90-day sleigh. What does this even entail? What are you talking about? You've been talking about this 90-day challenge for 2 weeks now. What the hell is it? What are you doing? Are you going to be my personal trainer? Are you going to sleep in my house? What are you doing? Okay, great questions. Good. I'm glad you're asking them. Essentially, like a monthly challenge is something that you do primarily on your own with the support of an outside source. And in this case, that source is me. I will provide you weekly checklists, things that you can do in each week to make your life better, both physically, mentally, jokily, socially, just little things here and there. It might be, the basis, the foundation is multiple strength training sessions a week. So if you're not strength training right now, sorry, start. If you have no equipment, that's okay. Start. Do push-ups and sit-ups and squats at home, okay? Just rotate between those 3. 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. Rest for a minute. 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. Rest for a minute. You got a pull-up bar? Do a pull-up in there. You can't do a pull-up? Hang from the bar. Dangle out there. Dangle on that little bar, okay? Do something. So that's where we're starting, essentially, is cranking it up from where you are now. If you lift 0 times a week, we're going to get you to 1 to 2 times a week. If you're lifting once a week or twice, we're going to get you 2 to 3 times a week, okay? First month, the goal is to get to 3 times strength training a week by the end of the month, the 4 weeks. I'll provide 4 weeks of full body workouts. Second 4 weeks, I'm going to adjust the splits a little bit. Third 4 weeks, I'll adjust them yet again. Giving you 3 different looks at what it's like to be a gym goer, to be a weightlifter, a strength trainer, or whatever you want to be here, okay? But we're building around strength training. We're building around staying active, getting those step counters up on a regular basis. We're building around eating whole foods, prioritizing protein and fiber and water. We're building around, and this is a big one, getting good sleep. Resting, sleeping, doing everything you can to make sure that you're getting the sufficient amount of sleep for you and your body. Most people, that's 7 to 9 hours a night. And if you can make one change in your life by the end of this 12 weeks, and it's getting more consistent with your sleep, you'll be happier. Now, I know sleeping as a comedian is a fucking slog. It is hard. As a performer, as a comedian, we keep funky butt hours. And it's not always going to be easy to get to sleep. So that's why we have to work even harder at it. Sorry. Most of us turn to what? Booze, drugs, something. And those things can make you feel like you're getting to sleep better, but it's not good. It's not quality. So you'll hear me mention sleep hygiene and shit like that. But it's helpful. If you can get some sleep, oh my gosh. Last night my sleep was freaking awful. I woke up at 3 a.m. to hear cats screeching, wailing, yelling outside my window. I ran outside, saw Milk around, but I didn't see who Milk was howling at, because it was a howl. It was Howly, wasn't it, Bubba? This is my good girl. Hi, sweet pea. How are you, my love? She's here. She's hanging out. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, my girl. I love you so much. Good job, Bobash. Where was I? Talking about the challenge. So yeah. And so what am I providing for you? Weekly checklists, monthly checklists, 12 weeks of workouts, regular consistent support, all weekly texts, and we'll do a few different check-ins, phone or video. You'll be on the pod at least once to talk about your experience. I'd love to have folks on at least twice to talk about how they started, how things are going, how they kind of finished up, what you felt like at the end of 90 days. Because 90 days is huge. 90 days is a big deal. 90 days is enough to change your life. And so that's why I started with 90 days. Actually, what it's going to be is 3 one-month challenges, and you can come in or leave at any point that you want. It's up to you. I'm here to be the support that you want in your life, whether that's a lot, a little, or none at all. I'm happy to try to fill any of those roles. And especially to comedians who are out there trying to balance their energy, trying to get in a little bit more shape, trying to make a little bit more thoughtful choices as they move along. I'm here to help. I'm happy to help. And I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, but I'm happy to be a support system out there for you. So when you're thinking about like, oh, I don't know, 3 months is an awful lot. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Strength training is stupid. Rudy's an asshole. That's okay. You can think all those things, all right? But what I'm trying to do is meet you where you're at and help you move forward. And I totally believe that we can do that first and foremost through being more connected to our bodies. This is what I tell my clients all the time. You listen to your body and I listen to you. Okay? And then from there we're making a winning combination. If you're actually listening to your body, what it wants, needs, is feeling, that's great. That's the one of the first main steps is listening to your body authentically, honestly. Good girl, Bubba. Gosh, I love my cat. Sorry, she's here. It's hard to pay attention when my cat's right here. She just likes to listen. She's in the peanut gallery. Hi, Shell. Can't even see her anyways. Hi, Bubba. I love you. I love you. So, yeah. That's a lot of it. And also, big thing, 90 days of journaling. So, and in the journal, this is the thing I want to try, proof of concept. Can you write one thing in a mental and a physical every day? So like 2 pages, one thing you did for your mental, one thing you did for your physical, one way or another, or just thoughts about either one. But doing that for 90 days, maybe it's a joke on one side, maybe it's a workout on the other. I don't know. Do something. Write down something. I find that when I am writing in my journals way more regularly, more frequently, I have more freedom and more clarity in my mind, and that helps a lot. So I definitely encourage a lot of journaling as regularly as possible. I do about a page a day when I wake up. One of the first things in the morning, I just write a page in my journals, how I'm feeling, anything I want. I've filled up numerous notebooks with 3 pages a day. I used to do 3 pages a day, a la the artist's way. And every day I would also draw a picture of a cat, which was very nice. It was kind of part of my pandemic, actually, and it made the pandemic better, now that I mention it, now that I'm thinking about it. And now I'm back to about 1 page, and that feels good. I think I could do more. Today I got to the end of 1 page. I was like, I could definitely do more, but I was in a rush because of a lack of sleep. So I didn't do more, and that's okay too. So journaling as well. That's part of it. Also getting outside, also being connected to others, also trying new and novel things, putting yourself in unique situations and experiences that you maybe haven't been in before. And now maybe for some people that is going to a mic or trying comedy for the first time. Or maybe for some other people that's like, I'm going to join an intramural frisbee league. And that is a scary and challenging thing. It is for me. Last year I took, was it last year or 2 years ago? 1 or 2 years ago, I took a Lindy Hop class, general Lindy Hop, beginning Lindy Hop, and that was fun. I met some people. There's 1 or 2 people that I know now at the Y from that class. So doing some things that are unique, and getting some fresh air, staying connected, staying active, being conscious, and guess what? Having support. That's what support's here for. That's what I'm here for. I'm not going to be at your beck and call, but I'll be at your call. Not watch with the beck, though, okay? I like the call, the beck. It's two-turn turbos. I was trying to make a beck joke that didn't work. Sorry, sometimes it doesn't work. Breathing through my nose. So yeah. Maybe that gives you a better idea of what to expect. I'm not here to hold your hand constantly the entire time. But she just gave me a flame in. My cat looked at me and she goes, you know the Flamin'? Named after a guy named Flamin'. And so, yeah, that's it. I'll be at your call. And once you get 1 beck, and you get plenty of calls. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to support. I'm here to be a part of your journey and your process. You've been looking for an excuse to get in good shape. You've been looking for a reason to work on them abs for the summer, baby. You want to wear a swimsuit in the summer? You want to be strolling down the beach, calves glistening, shoulders listening, everybody pissing in their pants because you're such a hottie. You know what I mean? But something I'm here. I'm ready to get in shape for the summer as well. I've gone through so many different workouts in my life that I'm also excited to get with a bit of consistency, a bit more consistency, right? And a bit more group accountability. That could be pretty fun as well. Ooh, I just thought of a book that would be good for this, The Four Tendencies. Read The Four Tendencies because it talks about how you respond to both internal and external pressures and whether you want to fulfill those or if you like push them away. And there's different types of folks based on their tendencies and how they respond to internal and external motivation. So Gretchen Rubin, great book, definitely recommend it. And I'll talk more about it on one of these episodes. Why not? It's a great book. Maybe that's what I'll do on some episodes too. I'll just talk about a book that I like. I love a good book. I love a good book, but I'm not good at reading a good book. You know what I mean? It's been a while. But I am reading one right now, Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way, and I am liking it. He is a good stoic, modern-day stoic philosopher writer. So he takes lessons from a lot of the ancient Greek philosophers and tries to apply them to modern-day life. Daily Stoic on YouTube, email, check it out. That's what I'm reading right now. What are you reading? You reading anything? You reading a book? A look? Hi, Bubba. She wants out. I'll let you out in a minute. 90 Day Slay. You want to be a part of it? Send me an email. Send me a text. Send me a message. Reach out to me. jokesandthegym@gmail.com. Find me at jokesandthegym on TikTok, on Instagram, or Rudy Tyburcy. RUDYTYBURCZY. That's the Usher song. Right? And reach out, ask some questions, or if you just want to talk about working out a little bit, do that. I'm excited to get this thing going. I'm excited to focus a little bit more on some things that have been not in focus. And so I'm excited to make that happen. I'm going to do that with you. You're going to do that with me or not. And that's fine too. So I'm also today in this episode going to look over a couple of past episodes, final answers from some questions, some final question answers from some friends that I've had on the podcast. Who were the ones today? I think James Island, Julia Corral, Eve Ellenbogen. I'll see if I can get through all three of those today. 3 hilarious, awesome people I've met at different points in my life, journey, comedy along the way. And I'm excited to hear some of their learnings because they're hilarious, they're smart, they've done a lot of shit. I'm excited to hear about it. I'm excited to hear about all the shit that you've done too. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. If you got questions, holla at you, boy. And let's listen to some friends. This is James Island.
What kind of advice would you give your early comedy self? Or what do you wish your early comedy self knew or adopted that maybe didn't come into play until later?
Good question. Okay. The thing that's coming to my mind, which was something that I learned later in comedy, was the most important thing you can learn, at least when you're starting out and going to open mics, is how to bomb gracefully and how to take a bad set and not let it just like destroy your whole night. Take a bad set and not let people see you like visibly lose all of your confidence.
Yeah.
If you make a single laugh, you can still leave the stage with your dignity intact.
Right.
And I think that's really hard for a lot of people to learn and to even realize that that's a thing that you have to do. And I think stand up, more than a lot of other art forms, you really need to be able to face rejection in order to do it. It's like essential to what we do.
Yeah.
Even the people who have their first set is good. Not every set is going to be like that. You know, you're going to bomb inevitably. That'll happen. And then the other thing I would say is reach out to people, message people, and ask to be on their show. Do that like as much as you can, as early as you can. Reach out to people, message people. Be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, because like a lot of, I mean, I still have this issue where I'm like, well, if I'm funny enough, they'll ask me to go to be on their show, and it's like, well, they won't even know you, they won't even see you because you haven't been going to shows. You know,
Right.
people don't run shows and they're like, I'm gonna go to the worst open mics in the city just so I can see where the raw talent is. Like, nobody does that. You gotta be like, you got to be putting yourself out there. Get yourself a tape, message people, send people the tape, whatever. So those would be, I think those would be my two. Actually, I think those are pretty good advice for people who are new to stand up. Bomb gracefully and message people.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, it's so much work. So much of comedy is not comedy, and that's what people don't like.
Sucks,
and when you accept that and can work within that, then I think you'll be a lot more at peace than if you're just like, why don't they, what did you mean, that guy? And we all go there at times, right? But when you go there, I'm like, okay, Rudy, have something to eat, take a nap, and just do something. If you're upset about it, then do something. If you're mad about being booked less than you think you should be, do something about it. And one of those things is to not be as mad about it. And that's another thing, is like being okay with a more free schedule. And sometimes it's packed, and sometimes you've got a bunch of shows coming up, and once in a while it's like, oh, this month is not much.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah. And that would always be how it was for me, where I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going to message people. And then like every day for a week, I'd message people. And then I'd have like a month where I'd have so many good shows and be like, yes, I'm a comedian, I'm making money, I'm doing shit. And then just like, I would stop messaging people. And then after that month was over, I'd be like, whoa, where did it all go? No, come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that thing I did that worked. I shouldn't have stopped doing that.
Those actions that I took that were getting me to the places I wanted to be, I'd stop taking them, and I'm not going to those places anymore. What happened?
Could that be connected? Wait a second.
Yeah, that was James Island, also known as Chill Goblin on YouTube. So check him out on there. He's got a pretty cool channel. He does these like long video essays, 1 to 2 hours long. They're pretty interesting and fun and weird, and he puts a lot of thought into them. So, and those two pieces of advice, oh my gosh, bomb gracefully and reach out to people, huge, two bangers, two huge, great pieces of advice that anyone in comedy, myself included, could definitely take to heart on a more regular basis. Bomb gracefully and reach out to people if you want to do shows. That makes sense. That's so easy, so simple, so straightforward. And I'm going to do more of it. Yeah. I think I'm pretty good at bombing gracefully. Sometimes I get a little too addicted to bombing gracefully. You know what I mean? I'm a little too good at bombing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I have been reaching out to people a little bit more. I reached out to some bookers in the last week or two. So taking steps in the right direction. It's not my favorite part of comedy. Saying, hi there, everybody. Want to put me on the show? That would be nice. Feels weird to me. It's hard. That's part of why I'm not super great at the game. Yeah. And so now let's check out part of my conversation with my next guest, Julia Corral, Portland's own, the Mexican PDX. Let's see what she had to say. What kind of advice, what kind of input would you give your younger self, be that in comedy or as a person? I think we've taken a journey throughout your life and heard a lot of things about you, but what kind of things do you wish you could maybe impress upon younger Julia in some way or another?
You know, I wish for younger me, I try to not think that I'm special. Like I always say that in like anxiety is the most conceited of the social, like, of your mental illnesses, because you just think the world. And I just think I like wasn't afraid so much. I like, I feel like I didn't move away fast enough. I moved to Portland in my 30s, and it's easy to just start a new life.
Mm-hmm.
You could basically be a barista and rent a room anywhere and like make friends.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would, it was like the same thing with comedy. I wish I would have just started, because I just let fear rule my life so much,
Mm-hmm.
just being anxious. And it's like, we're all anxious, I have to remind myself, like, I literally will. And take care of your mental health. Like now, like the other day I had like such a crazy like OCD relapse earlier this year, that I
Mm-hmm.
convinced myself I was going to die in a plane, that I
Mm.
ended up taking like the train to Austin and
Oh.
back, and then the
Hmm.
train to Chicago and back, cuz I was like, I can't fly. And then finally I had to go to Denver. My air ticket was paid for to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got in the plane and I was like, oh, I'm fine with flying. Like, you know what I mean? I just like,
Yeah.
I let my anxiety overrule myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
just try to tell myself, like, you could be scared. And then my best friend, he gives the best advice. He is so funny. He was
Mm.
like, listen, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like, you do your life and your life's going to be good, or you're going to die and it's going to be over so fast, and then you get to see your mom. And I was
Yep.
like, oh, that is beautiful. And that's how I
Yeah.
think of the world now.
Yeah. I love that. And that's on it. Last week, Mike Kaplan said essentially the same thing. It's like either I all the stuff happens that I want to happen and it doesn't matter, or I die and it still doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Essentially, like once you get some kind of acceptance around loss and death, I think then life becomes a lot more open. You're the one who's gone through a lot of it. Does that feel accurate, or am I just spewing nonsense?
No, it does. I mean, this is the thing, like, well, I'll tell you the real story.
Mm,
When I was 18, I went to a psychic,
mm.
and she told me that I was born under a lucky star,
Oh,
and my life was going to be very easy, and
oh,
that people were going to be jealous of that.
oh, wow.
And I've always had that in my head. That's kind of been my mantra. I have an easy life. My life's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom died, but it could be worse. I had my mom until I was 41. There's all those things, like I have a symmetrical face, I have a great brain, I have the
Mhm.
ability to make people laugh. These are all very benefits that I think of it. And so I tend not to ever like dwell on like the like bad things. Cause it's
Mhm.
like my life's pretty awesome. It could be better. I could have more money, but
Yeah.
also I'm not working. I'm just chilling with you right now.
Heck yeah, I love
I
that.
have the cutest dog.
Hi, monkey.
It's good.
Yeah. I love that because, those are just stories you're telling yourself.
Yeah.
And so often the stories we tell ourselves are the exact opposite of what you just mentioned. So to hear someone be like, yeah, I'm chilling. I got a dog, a cute face. My mom's gone, but that's okay. Like, how easy would it be to put those stories on their head and make them not so positive? So easy. And so for the fact that you're able to do that in the face of challenges, I think it just speaks highly of who you are
Yeah.
and how right that lady was.
How right that lady was. It's
Ha-
I three psychics all told me I was gonna live till I was 83.
Oh,
So I'm content with that, but realize that's coming up pretty soon.
next year's halftime. 42 is halftime for
I
you.
know.
And then 43 on, you're like, okay, third quarter, here we go. We're getting to the end. I love it. Right on. Well, that was Julia Corral. Hilarious. And such a good couple pieces of input. I really like the second one, especially the first one. Start a new life if you want. Yeah, you can do that. You can. If you can move, if you can just up and move, great. If you can just do that, cool. But more often than not, I think starting a new life kind of begins where you are. It's kind of hard in some ways. I'm in my hometown, and so many other people have these preconceived notions of who I am or who I should be. And so that can be kind of challenging when you're trying to like create a life for yourself, and one that might even be new. But I guess the point is, if you want to, you can. If you want to create a new life, it's all about taking that step that's in front of you. And you know what's in front of you right now? The 90-day challenge. Woohoo! You didn't think I was going to say it again, but I did. Whoops. And the other part that I really liked of her answers was that we should pay attention to our mental health. It's so important. I mean, so much of the fear that we face, the anxiety that we face, as Julia kind of alluded to, is created in our head by ourselves. And it's not a real thing if we don't allow it to be. Now, I recognize it's not always that easy. But sometimes the stories that we tell ourselves around what we can or can't do are just so tremendously overpowering that they become fact. They become true, whether or not they actually happened or that's actually the case or not. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Prophecy. But yeah, great to listen to some of Julia and my conversation. It was she's great. She's awesome. And I saw her again not too long afterwards. It's cool. Okay, Julia was last one, and now next is Eve Ellenbogen. Oh my gosh, I laughed a lot when Eve and I chatted. We, like James, met in Korea. We were part of the comedy scene there together. She has lived in Australia. She has moved since then to Austin, Texas, and she's hilarious. She's crushing it. She's getting plenty of great spots, making plenty of folks laugh. I love all the spots that I get. So many spots. You don't want to know where they are, though. Whoops. No, I'm fine. I'm not. But I am. Are you? Are we? Is anybody? Who knows? Okay. Let's listen to Eve and what she has learned over the years, and if we can parse out some wisdom from Eve Ellenbogen.
Okay. I'm ready.
So what would you did spend some time talking about your early years in comedy and how we interacted and that kind of thing. What kind of input would you give your early comedy self? Or what do you wish earlier Eve would have kept in mind or taken to heart as she went out on this comedy trek?
Such a hard one.
Mm.
Because I think the reason it's hard is because I think I still need the same advice that I needed then, but
which is
just that like it takes time, and the thing that is the hardest is not, well, actually I don't know if this part's accurate. I was going to say the thing that's the hardest is not the jokes, it's like the kind of journey in yourself kind of thing. But I don't really know if that's true. For me, I think that I'm very funny. I think no, I'm just kidding. But I mean, I'm not. Whatever. Okay, see now I'm like when you're like asking me a genuine question, I'm like, I think that I overcomplicate it. I think that I think that I have all this growing to do before I can actually do the thing I really want, really go for it, start trying to tour, trying to this, that, put shit online. I think like, oh, you have to do this thing, you gotta do that thing. First I have to, like, it's not tangible things like waking up at a certain time and journaling, but it's like that of the mind. Like I have to learn to accept blah, blah, blah. I think it's probably like, stop fucking thinking so much and just do comedy. Just like enjoy it, make shit, put it online, share it, apply for festivals, go to blah, blah. And then you kind of step back and you go, okay, do I like this? Where's it going? How's it working? Okay, this thing. And you make another choice. But so I think if I could go back and say something, I'd be like, just have fun.
Love it.
And just do it. Don't
Mm.
let yourself think your way out of progressing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Totally. There you go. And that, like you said, that's the same stuff you could tell yourself today.
Yeah, that I think I'm mostly answering it to myself now.
Right now, yeah.
I think there was a period of time when I was in Australia when I actually got into a good groove and I didn't let things worry me too. I mean, I worried always, or I was always anxious. But I was like, oh, like I would just kind of work, and then I'd look up and go, wow, this is going well. And then I would keep going, whatever. But then I was planning on leaving and going to New York, and I had all these like contacts in place and everything set up. And then COVID happened and I had to just flee. And then all the contacts kind of disappeared and the bookers changed and lost contact and whatever. And then it felt really sad to have to start from the bottom in New York. And then I've had to kind of make my way back to back, and I think I overthink it, what should I do for this? What should I do? It's like, just write more jokes. Go on Rudy's podcast. I'll become a regular on Rudy's podcast.
Heck yeah. Would love it. We're laughing.
Yeah, where I just talk about my father and then I take the conversation and turn it into bits.
Yeah. One sex joke after another.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my genuine answer.
I love it. What's your fucking fake answer?
Stop sucking so much dick. No kidding.
Keep that up.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I actually didn't suck that much dick in Korea. It was like a real dry era.
It's the arid season.
Yeah, you did great. I remember you were right. Weren't you in a long relationship?
I had one or two relationships in Korea that I appreciated for sure. Yeah, I was in some.
You're such a fucking nice guy. Yeah, I just really connected with a woman who was a beautiful person, and I just hope wherever she is, she's thriving. Good for you, Rudy. Yeah, the untapped resource of the Pacific Northwest. Rudy Tiberius.
I am, by the way, very untapped.
Your last name Tiberius, right?
Close, Tiberius.
Damn it!
You put a beer in there.
Well, I think you put a beer in there, if you know what I mean. I was going to say it's like the worst spelled name in comedy that I have learned to pronounce. But which you didn't.
Great job.
All right. Just call me a dumb bitch so I can come.
Well, that was Skank Eve Ellenbogen.
You've been sitting on that the whole time. Right?
Noted skank. No, I just had to put a little bow on it.
I love it. No, I love it. Yeah. I feel seen. I feel wrapped up tight. I feel tucked into bed.
Right on. And that was Eve Ellenbogen. Find her online at Eve Elbow. She's hilarious. She does comedy. Find her in the real world in Austin or wherever she's doing shows. So check her out. And I really like that piece of advice too. I think it's super applicable to most of us. Like she said, not just to her beginning self, but to her now self. Just stop thinking so much and just do it. Stop thinking so much and do the things that you're excited to do. Do comedy. Do a challenge. Do a thing that take lessons, learn a skill, have a fun, eat a Funyun. No, don't eat a lot of Funyuns, but sometimes those shits are good. But yeah, I think that's good advice for all of us in so many ways. Stop thinking so much and just do the thing you're excited about. What can you do right now? What steps can you take towards it? How can you give yourself little gifts, your future self little gifts by little pockets of action and eating healthy and getting a good night's sleep and choosing water instead of that fifth beer or whatever it is. Like, stop thinking so much and just do the thing that you know is going to enrich your life, that's going to make you feel better. So, great advice. Good things to think about as we continue forward towards this 90-day slay, y'all. This 90-day challenge. What are you going to do? What are your goals? Reach out, please reach out. If you're someone I've never met and you want to be a part of it, I'm stoked. Let's get going. Send me an email. I'll send you the intake questionnaire and a sample weekly checklist. I have a week 0 checklist if you want to see what a week of activities might look like. If you're ready, we're going to do this week and next week as kind of our prep weeks, so that once April 6th rolls around, that week we can be flying. We can be rolling forward, baby, getting those 12 weeks of workouts in. 12 weeks is a lot. It's enough time to make some serious changes, some serious headway. I'm excited to help you with it. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, let me know. I'd love to hear about them because I know you got them. Or if you just want to chat, let me know. I'm happy to hear from you. I'm here for it. I hope you are too. Let's have a good freaking week. Later, my friends. See you on the 90-day challenge with Jokes in the Gym. 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 Jokes in the Gym.
Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Not jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. Jokes in the gym. With Rudy Tibersi.
I want to hear more about the 90-day slay. What does this even entail? What are you talking about? You've been talking about this 90-day challenge for 2 weeks now. What the hell is it? What are you doing? Are you going to be my personal trainer? Are you going to sleep in my house? What are you doing? Okay, great questions. Good. I'm glad you're asking them.